What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be playing 9 holes at Freeman Lake, but there's going to be a twist. We're not playing normal 9 holes. We're playing the super holes. So every hole is going to be like a par 4 or a par 5, and if they're not, they're going to be ace runs. So it's going to be both extremes of the spectrum today. It's ace run city and no tour to pro tour. Let's get into it, guys. I've been feeling pretty good about my drives lately. The video from Robbie C really did help. Jess has to work today, so I wanted to get in some long technical shots, and I thought, what better way to do that than to play super course at Freeman Lake. So when I say super course, let's play 9, I mean hole 1's tee pad to hole 2's basket. But then you have hole 4's tee pad to hole 5's basket, which can be an ace run. I'm gonna kind of label the pars as we go. This hole 1 to hole 2 is probably gonna be about a par 4, but it's a long and technical par 4. The goal here is to get to the right of this tree that's all bushed out so that you have an open second shot, 2 full bombs, and you should be on the green looking at a 3. But it takes 2 crazy full rips. This is probably 700 feet. For how slow my arm speed's feeling this morning, I'll take that or a shot. That gives us kind of a wide open run at it for our second shot. Just when you think you threw far enough, you didn't. Get over this little sad tree in the middle here. It's kind of got like some dead tree at the top left of it. A great shot is a hyzer over top of that and pull in left to the green. This tee shot, I really would like to be up close to hole 2's tee pad up there. So this tee shot's probably 100 foot short of where I want to be. That should be fine. If I have a great third shot, I can get a par. Hole 2's in the long, so that makes this a little different too. Anytime you're playing this, you have to be mindful that you're the only one on the course. I'm here at like 6:30, 7 o'clock on a random weekday, so not a whole lot of people out that early. So now what we're trying to do is go straight over this tee pad toward that wall of trees and then kind of fade left. About 100 feet to the pin. I'm gonna throw this chief just kind of out to the right, let it hyzer back. It's a no shame bogey game. That's a 5, and I feel like we really earned that. Really feel like with a better tee shot that I could probably get down here for a 4. It just takes 2 crazy far and crazy good shots. So since we're playing super hole, there's no rules. We have to play hole 3 to hole 4. I am putting a Mando on the corner, so you have to throw all the way down 3's fairway and then throw all the way back up hole 4's fairway. That makes this like a par 8, something crazy. Everything else, hole 4 to hole 5 is gonna be an ace run. Hole 8 to hole 9 is gonna be kind of an ace run. First time throwing a fairway driver on this hole in 6 years, because it's not in the long very often. So what I'm trying to do is get past the basket. A little more height, and that would have got a great skip off the hill, and I think we would have been prime position for shot number 2. So, Assassin kind of skipped, pushed to here. Not bad, but I wanted it to be in the air over this basket and kind of down where those logs are. I probably still should have thrown a mid-range here, because if you don't get a driver up to speed, you're not gonna gain any distance. So throwing a mid a little slower is actually just as good as throwing this driver about the same speed. So now I'm gonna try to throw the scale towards this vined tree and then get left so I can just see the gap, and then we may get to hole 4's tee pad here in a little bit. I think that landed on the path. It's a little tighter than I wanted to be. I wanted to be more out wide. 2 shots, you can't write this stuff, guys. That's crazy. I thought it was gonna be at least a little bit left. How am I like dead center of the trail. Like came in through there, bonkers. So now we're gonna be throwing like a forehand roller. This is great for 2 shots, but this is about where I want my tee shot to be, because the long for this hole used to be over here to like my left. You throw like a fairway driver or mid all the way down to it. It was like 350 maybe. So now we're gonna go assassin, forehand roller, just straight through this stuff. Just enough to get it out. There's not really a shot here. I'm just trying to get out around that corner and be like almost parallel to hole 4's tee pad. Subscribe! Now we're looking at this for a fairway shot, but I'm gonna pull the camera to the left. Having to really pump this. This is our 4th shot. Woo! I'm loving that. That's McDonald's all week. I'm loving it. I do a lot of restaurant jokes on the channel, don't I? So I'm throwing 5 now from that crazy shot. Went under the tree and pushed forward, probably about 300, maybe 310. So now what are we gonna do with it? This Diablo's bright. So I'm thinking like a little flex or a little hyzer. Let me know in the comments what I should have done, but do that right now before the shot so that we know. No cheating. It's a little bit short. It's gonna be a pitch up, and that's not an easy pitch up for 7, which if you put the 2 holes together, they're par 3 and a par 4, it would be a par 7. I wish that I had just bomb forehand. I would throw it out and over and just let it cook left. I think that's still what I'm gonna do, because that's really the route. To be fair, we started on the toughest 2 holes that you could ever play a super course. They kind of mellow out after this. Got about a 45-foot putt for a 7. All right, woo! That is like a 1 out of a million putt for me. This is where I want to be on my 2nd shot from 4's tee pad. Putting for 7 from 3's tee pad, I'll take it. 2 over on that hole, 1 over on hole 1. We're only on hole 3, but they do start getting a little easier after this hole. So now we're going hole 5 to hole 6, and this is just an absolute smash off the tee, and then we've got to kind of pull to the right. This would be a long par 4 on the Pro Tour, I feel like. Does anybody else have trouble gripping like the 13 speed drivers? I feel like I never get a clean release on those. I really enjoy like my fairways a lot more. Oh, and if you've seen my other post, drinking one of these this morning. That Aura definitely went farther than it has been. I've been working on my form a little bit, done a few tweaks to my plant foot and my grip strength. So we're going kind of straight, and then gonna have to go a little bit to the right. I'm just throwing a little hyzer flip up, try to sneak. I can throw a much better shot from there. If I had the power, I'd like to go up and over big and hyzer, but you're looking at 600 feet worth of power. So that's 2 shots. Would be a great par on hole 5 here. Going to the right, I'm gonna see if I can't cut this assassin on a roller. That tree killed all of it, but that was looking good. Stepped in a spider web. So we can make this putt here. This will be our first par of the day. Are you serious right now? How do you miss that and still hit it? What was that? I'm glad I had that on camera because no one would have ever believed me. I mean, do I count that? So this hole, there's a tight gap right off the tee, but we're going to hole 8. So we've got to make a super dog leg to the right. It's not really super far. It's just a little bit different angle of a tee shot. This would almost be a par 3. Most of your forehand guys could maybe figure something out and get a 2. I really don't see it because there's so much in between you and the basket, even though it's maybe 340. I'm gonna be throwing a roller with this cyborg, trying to get up this fairway a little bit and then pull to the right. That's why you guys are at kind of an odd angle. No, but I figured out how to park hole 7. Are you kidding me right now? All I had to do was try to throw a roller to hole 8's basket to park hole 7. Probably one of the best rollers I've thrown. That's insane. Not the fade over that I wanted though, because I wanted to be up this hill to the right. That's gonna be an open shot for hole 8 though. Do people say legit? Like legit. The closest I've been to hole 7. And I wasn't even going for hole 7. I was going for hole 8, which is over here. Might as well birdie hole 7 while we're here. I mean, you get a black ace. Can you get a black birdie? Let's show you what we're actually looking at for hole 8. Still did have a great drive. We just didn't get the uphill left to right that I thought I was gonna get out of this cyborg. Thought it would have rolled up and been, you know, just a little bit past this tree. Just make this upshot shorter. Whew. That's gonna be a long putt. Maybe I should have threw a mid there. That's the thing about playing this kind of round. You're guaranteed to throw shots that you're not used to throwing. I play Freeman Lake quite a bit, so I kind of know what to do off the tee for a lot of these holes. But when you play super course, you're gonna land in places that you've never been, throwing shots that you've never thrown before on the course. It's a great wintertime practice. Now that it's starting to get fall, and of course I'm here like way early this morning, it makes for some fun shots and some challenges that you're not used to doing. This is great because this is field work for me. That's gonna be a 4, but I'm not super upset because my second shot could have been a lot better. And then that's probably about a 45-foot putt that I just missed right there. So now the fun part is we're gonna be throwing hole 9 to hole 1. So I've got this set up a little wonky so you guys can see hole 1's basket just peeking up over top of that hill. I love playing this layout. It's like a pro tour version of Freeman Lake. Ah, robbed. NXT Light Aura almost made it. Man, we got about a, I don't know, 80-footer. Got a little par action. I think I could get that Aura to here. So we're over halfway done, shooting 4 over through 5 holes. But I took a double bogey on 3 to 4. This was just short enough. I was really going pretty much for hole 3's tee pad. Honestly, I threw my flippy assassin trying to get to kind of this fairway that we see. Wintertime, you can throw a different route. It's a little more open. Yeah. So I'm pretty happy for this to be my second shot. It's kind of where my screw ups on hole 3 normally land. I really would like to push my first shot to here. I think with a little more power off the tee, that's definitely doable. A lot of your pro tour players, they'll throw a forehand and get to here. I can throw just a chief, kind of sweeping hyzer. Hopefully come away with an easy 4. I can feel my drives getting better. I can tell that I'm getting a little bit more snap, a little bit more speed. And then I feel like that disc golf is one of those games, it's just one of those things you have to play almost every day to stay consistent. So I've been trying to do 100 putts a day, and I'm working on some field work setup for this winter. And I'm gonna be doing quite a bit of that. So quite a few drives, up shots, putts, different angles. This game, playing super course, really helps with that because you're throwing shots that you're not used to throwing on this. Got a fun putt. None of my putts for par have been easy putts today. Woo! That was so sketchy. I had to go, I couldn't like get all caught up in this. So I had to kind of like go over it like that. Weird putting stroke. And then just drill it to get it there. That's a big time putt. It's a safe par. Now here's a fun one. Super course rules. Hole 4 to hole 5. Not as far away as I want to be on a 140-foot hole. But we still got a birdie. Up next is going to be hole 6 to hole 7's basket. So I'm kind of okay with calling hole 3 to hole 4 a par 5 because hole 4 to hole 5 is really not a par 3. So they kind of balance each other out. Hole 6 to hole 7, I've really got to make it to hole 6's basket. It's going to play almost like a par 5. Curl up, curl up, curl up. Oh, okay. We're like 2 centimeters on that roller from having like prime real estate. This is gonna be some kind of little weird flex forehand or something maybe. Basket is straight and then to the left a little bit. It's gonna be a tough lane to hit. That'll work. It's gonna be a long throw. We gotta throw this in. We gotta throw this in for 5. Let me flip it. Woo! Can't say that we didn't try though. So that's gonna be a 6. But I really feel like that's almost a par 5. So that's gonna be a tap in 6, guys. But I don't know what to call that. If that's gonna be a par 4 or a par 5. If it's a par 5, then it's a 1 over, it's a bogey. Par 4, it's 2 over, and that puts me at 5 over with the birdie for almost 9 holes. But some of these are super tough. Whew. We made it, guys. Now we're on one of the easiest finishing holes I think I've ever seen on any course. Of course, this is made up, but probably 120 foot little pitch up. Hopefully we can get our birdie, finish 4 over, and with some crazy par 4s and 5s. There's not many par 3s on this super course layout. I'd be up there pretty close for a putt. So with that birdie, in quotations, it's like I said earlier, those 2 holes kind of erase the par 5 that is hole 3 to hole 4, because that's really like a par 7. Let me know what you guys thought of this in the comments below, and there's a playlist in the description of all of my Let's Play 9s, talking disc golf and us hanging out, throwing plastic. Not disappointed with the way that I played today. I am starting to get some of that snap back, kind of keeping my hand here on the disc instead of keeping it parallel to my chest. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And here's another video that YouTube thinks you might enjoy from me. Have a great day. Stay in the fairway, guys. What's your home course, super course, look like? Is it insane, or is it actually a pretty viable Pro Tour course like Freeman Lake is here? Let me know.